You look at her and then we, okay.
So what is your name and your job title?
Okay. My name is Beth Pratt, and the staff at Yellowstone will probably call me Frog Lady is my job title, but my official job title is Director of Environmental Affairs for Xanterra Parks and Resorts at Yellowstone, which is the park concessionaire.
And what is your organization's mission?
Well, you know, it's interesting. I'm sort of the sub-mission within the mission. Our organization is the concession in Yellowstone, so we are to provide guest services there, which is, you know, you think of Yellowstone as a wilderness, but we have 9 hotels, you know, 13 restaurants, 17 restaurants, 13 stores. You know, it's just a massive operation because we have 3.6 million visitors there. But my role within the organization is sort of chief sustainability annoyer, maybe. You know, our organization isn't perfect, but we have a really strong environmental mission. So we have a big commitment to sustainability that is written in our mission statement that I'm responsible for encouraging and inspiring people to fulfill.
What kind of challenges do you face in your field?
You know, perhaps the biggest challenge is the remoteness of our operation. You know, I was working in California before, and we're now in a big park, but in the wilds of Montana, Wyoming. So things like recycling, which is a little easier in big cities, is a challenge. You know, you have to get a little more resourceful and creative to be able to implement some of these sustainability initiatives. I think the other biggest challenge is education. We go from 300 employees in the winter to 3,000 in the summer. So educating those seasonal employees on all these sustainability initiatives can get challenging, but fun.
What kind of changes have you seen in the field, and what kind of changes do you foresee in your field?
You know, I started out in this field 20 years ago, which I don't think you guys were even born, but for me, 2 things have changed, which for the better. One is the technology has gotten better. You know, green cleaners 20 years ago when I started out were horrible. You know, they just didn't work for commercial applications. And that's a pretty minute example. I mean, think of all the technologies we have now in the sustainability fields, from renewable energy to, you know, smart energy monitors to green cleaners. You know, it's run the gamut. So the technology is there. But coupled with that is a growing awareness, I think, of people about sustainability and climate change that didn't exist 20 years ago either. So I think you couple those two, and we're at a real point where I think we can achieve some amazing stuff.
How did you get started in your field or in your current job that you have now?
You know, for me, both parks and sustainability, I think, have been just, you know, a part of my life. From, you know, my dad taking me to Cape Cod National Seashore to see whales, to collecting frogs as a young girl and looking at them. You know, it's a good question that you know, sort of both of those pieces at some point in my career merged, where I realized, you know, I want to, in the working world, both support parks, but also be in a job that does good. And so I have a biology undergrad and an MBA. I think it's been sort of the merge of those two has gotten me in this current field of sustainability, which really is, I think, the juncture of science and business. So that's a long answer, but yeah, I don't know. I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up. So
just like the rest of us.
So I'm not sure where I'm going.
What advice do you have for young professionals like ourselves?
Well, you know, if you want to get into the environmental field, you know, or any field, I guess, it's do what you love. I think Joseph Campbell said that, which is do what you love and the money will follow, or follow your passion. I'm paraphrasing him. But, you know, if you're not passionate about your work, even if you're making $1 million a year, you're just not going to feel good about yourself or good about your impact in the world. So follow what you really are passionate about. If it's green building, it's green building. If it's making sustainable shoes, if it's, you know, writing about things, whatever it is that you love, you can contribute. I mean, I can guarantee you any field, even fields you don't think are sustainable, you can contribute. You know, somebody asked me once, would you be the sustainability director for BP? I said, absolutely. You know, oh my God, why would you do that? Because you can enact change. You know, so even if you're a clerk working at Walmart, you can enact change. So just do what you're passionate about, I think would be my advice. And have fun before you get a mortgage.
Well, thank you.
Oh, that was
Thanks
easy.
for taking the time to talk to us.
And What do you
Okay.
have to say about LEED at all?
Oh yeah,
Certification.
you know, I became a lead AP 3 years ago, and I was someone who, you know, I don't have an engineering background or an architect. I have a biology background. It was tough to learn all that stuff. You know, the lead AP process get your lead AP is a really tough process. It required a lot of studying on my part. But I can say it was the most valuable thing I did as a sustainability director because you have to learn so much information on how to certify a building or what goes into making an energy efficient and environmentally friendly building, that it has helped me more than any one thing in my job. I think, again, even if you're not going to LEED certify a building, to use the U.S. Green Building Council's references and LEED principles in everyday business you will make so much environmental impact just doing that. They're great resources. And I think more than any other agency, the LEED process has spurred so much new technology as a result that's just been immensely beneficial. So again, even if you're not LEED certifying something, the resources are going to help.
Oh. Thank you.